Hashtag Girl Dinner has over 1.3 billion views on TikTok. At one point, it crossed balanced diet in Google search volume. What are people eating in these videos? A slice of bread, a single boiled egg, and weirdly, we're into it. Somewhere along the way, this tiny mismatched plate of snacks became a mood, a meme, and now a movement? Welcome to another episode of Deep Down. And deep down, this is how I feel. Girl dinner isn't about food. It's about fatigue. It's about the quiet unraveling that happens when your life is too full, but you still feel empty. For many women, it's what dinner looks like when you've been in back-to-back Zoom calls all day, haven't had the time to stand up once, and your fridge is basically empty. You're sitting alone at 9:45 p.m. after taking care of everyone else, but you're too tired to reheat that sambar that you made 3 days ago. Yeah, girl dinner is not about laziness. It's a cry for mercy served in a cute plate. And in a culture where women are rewarded for being overachieving multitaskers who never complain, girl dinner becomes a quiet no. No to cooking, no to perfection, no to expectations. But here's where things get complicated. Food is still political. Hunger is not always a choice. And the right to eat well isn't evenly distributed. And that feels off. I come from a community in India where not eating proper dinner was not quirky. It was the truth, and it was painful. For generations, my people did not get to eat full meals, not because they were tired, but because they didn't have a choice. They weren't allowed to. Even today, millions of kids in India go to government schools not because of their love for algebra, but because there's breakfast waiting. Under the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister's breakfast scheme, hundreds of thousands of children get their only guaranteed meal of the day because of caste, class, and scarcity. So, forgive me if I don't find it charming when someone posts a picture of a single slice of bread and calls it empowerment. Now, this isn't just a vibe shift. It's measurable. Pinterest showed a significant increase in searches for lazy girl dinners and aesthetic plates. These aren't just rare meals anymore. They're becoming aspirational. They're becoming a lifestyle. All this is happening in the algorithm, while the reality paints a very different picture. According to the Family Health Survey of India, over 50% of adolescent girls are anemic. The Tamil Nadu breakfast scheme that I was telling you about, it's now being expanded across 1,500 schools. Because without that single breakfast, many kids would go hungry. So while some of us are skipping dinner to catch up on work or scroll on our phones in bed, others are still asking, will there be food at school tomorrow? Capitalism, as always, sniffed this out immediately. And now, the market's full of ridiculously priced snack boxes for grown women. Guilt-free, portion-friendly indulgence kits that basically include 3 crackers and an almond. Entire wellness brands profiting off of the idea that less food equals more discipline equals more desirable woman. We've basically made undernourishment an aesthetic. And not just any aesthetic, but one that sells. Because if deprivation can be romanticized, it can be monetized. So, What's to be done? If your girl dinner is toast and ketchup at midnight after being emotionally available to your boss, your partner, your kids, your parents, I get it. And if you've stared at your plate for far too long because you're just too tired to eat, I've been there. But also, don't glamorize what your ancestors fought to free you from. Romanticize your hunger, sure, but don't romanticize your ability to suppress it. Why? Why would we do that? And finally, choose fullness as a way of remembering where you came from and where you're going. You're watching Deep Down, and deep down, this is how I feel.